Well, hello, kindred spirits. I know last week I said I might not have a video this week, but things didn't go as planned on my end, and here I am. I had time to edit something for you, and I'm excited to give you a tavern tour today and the laundry room and do a recipe with you and a few more things around the house. I hope you enjoy. On a side note, you might notice, or well, you will now because I'm pointing it out, that the dresses that I'm sharing have to be ironed. They showed up while I was starting this video. I put them on right out of the package because I wanted to share them with you. Well, here it is. I'm in the tavern and it's done to the point where I'm going to be done for a while because I want to move on to some of those other projects that have a lot more to go. But I thought I'd give you a little overview of this space and why I made this a laundry room and a tavern. Now, we call this the Dolliver Story Tavern, and we were going to have one at our other home with the same name. Just for the fun reason is we found out that a Dolliver and Story back in Gloucester, Mass, were joint great-grandfathers of Ben and myself. So we just thought it'd be fun to make a tavern named after them. So this is officially the Dolliver Story Tavern, and I'm going to make up a sign for either inside this area here or on the wall. It's going to look like a nice old tavern sign. I also moved the laundry here. Some asked this question. We had it in the butler's pantry when we first moved in here, and I'll show that. It was a small apartment size, and it vented into the room. It was one of those that it didn't have an exterior venting system. So one, I knew I wanted to at least change out the laundry, and I was going to keep it in that room, but found out that we had all that space behind the wall to the left in the butler's pantry. So I'm like, well, I can't block that space up now that I know it's there. Where else can I put laundry? So I walked around the room. I could have put it where my bathtub is in the bathroom. I don't want to give up a bath. Could have put it in my walk-in closet. Why would I want to put it in my closet and lose a closet? So I started walking around even more, and this room is literally a hallway going from the dining room, the great room, to our other rooms here in the back of the house. It was a pass-through. And in the past, it was, I believe, a den for some people. It was a master bedroom when this was a small house. And it was also a bedroom, guest bedroom maybe, for a couple owners ago. I saw that in one of their old listings. So I decided to make this our tavern because on the opposite wall is a built-in cabinet that I ended up putting all of our liquor and some of our glasses. Now, at one point, before I decided to move the laundry, this was going to be solely tavern. And I had this design, but with a sink. It would have been a lower countertop height, a sink with cabinets for all the glassware, and the mini fridge would have went here. I had that all sketched out. But once I decided to move the laundry here, the plan had to change a bit. So I ended up taking my plan to a local lumberyard that also has a kitchen department, and Sam, hi Sam if you're watching, the two of us created this. She took my plan and created this bump in area here because if we walked by, it would be kind of just jutting out a bit. And I really liked this little architectural detail. And then I found pictures of doors that had this push-in option. And she found a company that could do this. Now, you could probably do this with a lot of others, and I could share the company that did this, but I personally had so many issues with them. I mean, from the wrong paint colors coming in, delivery issues, mechanical issues, woodworking issues. So thank goodness between Sam and her customer service and our carpenters, we were able to get exactly what we needed, wanted, and now it's done. But anyways, I had to raise up this counter height to make space for our washer dryer. And I absolutely love these. These are LG, and I have been so thrilled with them. It works so much faster than any of our old ones. So we have the washer here. On this side, it's a pull-out cabinet where I have my pods, I have my detergents for like my bleach, I have my iron down here because in the closet I have my ironing board. And then over here, of course, is the dryer. And we do leave these open for the most part when we're doing laundry and just every day. They're closed when we're entertaining. And over here, we don't have a pull-out because I have the mini split, but I have a little wastebasket for lint when I'm cleaning that out. And then we have cabinets below. So in here I have some pictures. On this side, the reason we had to do this attachment is I have my water shut-off valve in here. This is one thing that I helped create this concept because everything is in here and stuck in here. If we have to repair this washer or dryer, it's going to be a lot of effort taking them out. So knock on wood, they're going to be great. But back here is the water turn off. So I ended up putting all of my cocktail books here. And obviously I forgot what these are. I have extra wood from my project. I don't even remember putting those in there. So when I want to make a cocktail, I've actually gone in here and pulled out my books. And up top is a lot of our glassware. I still have some in boxes I'll put out. But I have my martini glasses and our rocks glasses, beer glasses, and just the mixture. I even have some of the pewter items that I've been collecting. And up top here is a large tankard, which is actually an ice bucket. And I really liked that when I saw it. And over here are the wine glasses. So here's the negative. I'm wearing heels right now, but I'm 5'1". I do have to get my step stool to get anything up higher than this top shelf or anything that's 2 glasses back. So that's a negative for me. And also, I can't reach all the way to the back here, but there's really no need other than when I put up the artwork. We do fold our laundry here. It works perfect, but during parties, the plan will be closing these up, and I will set up maybe the punch bowl, or we can have all the other cocktail mixings up here. So this is going to be a very functional space when we're entertaining. So that I've been very pleased with. Now, I had somebody mention about painting the ceiling, the wall color, and that was already on my thought process because I did see it in a photo. I liked the look. My concern is that these ceilings are so old, and I have touched some before that when I put the roller on, it actually peels the paint off. So that is my concern, and I even started to consider doing a paintable wallpaper or a non-pattern like a grass cloth. But if I do, that will be down the road. I'm not going to do anything else in here anymore other than furniture and accessories. Now I am going to try the white and black wing chairs that we had at Groton House. They're a little bit bigger than these, so I'm not sure if the scale will work in this room. This is a really tiny room. And then I want to get a table for us to play games at. We have sat in here and played Scrabble, and Ben wants a chair that has a footstool so we can sit in here and watch a video if he wants, or read a book and have his bourbon. So that is what we've done so far. Now the color of this room is Rockport Gray by Benjamin Moore, and it's a color that I really like. I've used it in several different rooms. This is a northern facing room. I've had it in eastern facing rooms, and the color changes a bit, but it is a really nice color. It has a little green undertone to it. And the wallpaper is Tally Ho, and that is by Sanderson. It's a company that you can probably find it online, but if you can't, contact one of your local interior designers. They'll be able to get you probably a sample of this. It does come in 2 different colorways. I had a client of mine do the one with my client actually did these colors. So there is another one that has the reds and more of the traditional colors. So I've loved this. I've done it twice. It has more of a taupe and a mushroom color, and it has a pearlescent background to it. So it gives a little bit of life to it. And then I'm going to turn the camera around in a minute. On the back of the cabinet over here, we have a little houndstooth. I still have some organizing to do over here. I even have my little glass of bourbon. This was from when I did an Instagram video. I'm going to save that for later and put my rocks in it. So in the back here, I have a houndstooth wallpaper. I do forget who this is by. I think it's York. I'm going to have to look. I don't remember. I hope I have that still, but I really like that. And I might put it on the back of the Tavern part over there, but I think having the sign will be fun for that section. So this was already here. And at one point when we were doing the kitchen remodel, the plan was, for me, this is one of the ideas I had in mind. I was going to open this up so that it went right through to the kitchen, straight shot. And then I was going to close this off so that we'd have a straight access, because now we have to walk so many different ways, but now we're used to it. When we first moved in, it was really awkward to not have a straight shot to the other end of the house, because at one point, I am envisioning that this was a solid wall and there was probably another window here at one point, or just a solid wall, because I think the house ended further down. So this was a bigger room they had for the master bedroom because it went down towards the kitchen. So creaky floors, I would never change it. I love the creaky floors here. And I love seeing that these are the original floors. We have them in the old part of the house, and then all the others are from the 50s, 60s, and of course what we did with the kitchen remodel for 2023. But I think that's it for the colors. I got the wallpaper, paint color. I'm going to get you the name of the houndstooth there. And like I said, I've got some more decorating to do, and I will be changing out the furniture. But for now, it's done to the point where I can walk through and just have a little sigh of relief that it's done enough. I still have some woodwork to do, but painted out, it doesn't jump out at me so much. And I've just been putting that off because I have to learn how to use that jigsaw, which I know is going to be very easy for me to learn. I just have other things I want to do first. I need to get working on that kitchen, and I want to finish the porch with the painting. And then I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more spaces in this house to work on. So I have a lot to do. And I'm going to take my time, but I do want to get it done sooner than later so that we can do more together, such as cooking and crafting and touring around New England and going to see more inns. I just want to get the house done a little bit more. So on that note, I know I had some of you say how much you liked Groton House better than this house. Totally get it. It's 2 different houses, and we love the 2-story colonials too. But I want to bring to your attention that Groton House, you didn't see it when we first bought it. You might have seen some on Instagram, but it was a 2-family. It needed a lot of work, and we made it a single family, and I put our touch to it and made it what you saw during those videos. Now, just give me a chance to make sugarwood as equally beautiful, as equally charming, as equally different, but the same when it comes to the Neffel style or the Grand Union style that I like to create for our home and what I used to do for my clients. So on that note, I am going to now go to the kitchen and we're going to make some cheddar chive muffins in a book that I found recently at a thrift store, and I can't wait to try them with some chives from the garden. And I'm probably going to cook like this. I'll just put on my apron, we'll go to the garden, get some chive. And regarding this dress, I got this on Amazon. I had so many of you asking about the blue dress that I wore to the lavender fields. It was Calvin Klein. I can't find it anywhere. I did find it at TJ Maxx and it's sold out. So I tried to find something similar. I ended up finding this and one in white, and I might add a little fashion show at the end of this showing the two dresses. And I have so many other things that I've been buying lately at out and about shops of thrifting and TJ Maxx and then higher end stores and then Amazon. So we'll do a little fashion show maybe down the road. All right, so for now, that's it with the tavern. Oh, I have to get a rug too. And I'm gonna go now in the kitchen and do a little baking. Well, it's time to brave the weather and cut some chives from the garden. Echoing thunder is rolling through the mountains and surrounding valley right now. It's amazing. As a child, I was told the sound of thunder was actually Rip Van Winkle bowling when he woke up. I'm using my vintage parasol, usually for the sun, but it works for rain too. Now it's slow moving, but you can see on the left-hand side of the screen that there's actually a mist rolling in from left to right. We're up in the mountains, and the fog and mist and low-lying clouds are a regular occurrence here. So it's several hours later, and I didn't have milk. So Ben was sweet enough to stop for some milk when he came home. The last I was waiting for was 3/4 cups of milk. Everything is sweating. It's such crazy weather. I covered everything except for the salt, and the moisture in the air is crazy. I'm going to do more salt because it's, well, that wasn't probably the best experiment to show you, but it is very much moist. So I'm just going to clean that up, and I will just do it in the bowl. Let's see. So this recipe is from The Best of Times. I picked this up at a thrift store the other day, and it's a lot of great looking recipes with herbs, but what I like most is their short and sweet recipes. Many of you know I like doing recipes that have 5 or so ingredients with very low steps, a low number of steps. So this is perfect. I also picked up Country Herb Cooking from Pickety Place, which is a hop, skip, and a jump for me. So I loved seeing this, and there's some great recipes here too. And I like seeing they're using Bisquick. So if you're not familiar with that, it's kind of like a pre-made biscuit mixture, and some other things. So I'm looking forward to making some recipes from that. All right, I still have to break this up and whip it up. Let's see. I have to move a lot around here in the kitchen. I'm realizing that where things are do not work for me. And where did I do with my little whisk? See, and I just saw my little whisk. This makes it very inefficient. It's probably in the dishwasher, so we'll use a fork. Okay, so we're going to put the cornmeal. We have a 1/2 cup of cornmeal. 1/2 cup of cornmeal. 1 cup of flour. Tablespoon of baking powder, tablespoon of sugar. Oh, see, now that one's even has some moisture in it, but this one broke up better than the salt. It's been out for hours. And let's see. We're going to mix all those together first. Once this is all blended, I will be putting in the milk. I have the oven preheating to 375, and it goes in for 25 minutes. I still have to spray the muffin pans. I'm almost thinking of putting in some liners, but we'll see. I'll make that decision after. Okay, so add the milk, stirring only until just mixed. Just making sure all the milk is combined. There we go. And 1 beaten egg. Let's see. The chives. Let me see, does the butter go in still? Oh, we'll do the butter next. With recipes, you do put them in usually the way they're written. So This one does seem to be that way too. Butter, chives, and the cheese. It's supposed to be cheddar cheese. This has cheddar cheese in it, but it also has some mozzarella, so hopefully that will be okay, because that's all I had. I'm just combining it so it's mixed nice. It says it makes 8 to 9 muffins, but I don't know if it looks like I have that much batter. So I'm just going to do a scoop in each to start. Well, I got 6. I probably should put less in each cup. If they go over the top, my fault. I do want them to have a nice crown though. Maybe these are supposed to look more like biscuits, I don't know. But let's see what happens. Better me than you, right? Looks delish. Okay, just waiting for the oven to finish preheating. I talked to, when they brought in the counter piece, they told me I can use a sealant for soapstone. So I'm gonna try that because I did have a sealant and then I cleaned it off and it really does spot easily. It's a man-made material, but it's honed. So it's just doing a lot of extra funky things. I don't mind cleaning up after myself, but when the next morning I'm seeing more spots, it's like, how did that get there? So I'm gonna order some of that online and I'll let you know how it works. Ready. Okay, so it says for 25 minutes or until the tester comes out clean. So I'm going to do it for 23 minutes just to check. No, I'm gonna do it for 25. We're gonna trust it. I just still, even with the elevation here being a little different in the mountains, I'm always a little confused with that. So I'm gonna keep it for 25. We'll go with that. And I did wipe out the rest of the spray that I had just so it doesn't smoke up the oven. Been there, done that. So I'm gonna set that for 25 and fingers crossed. I did end up putting some tinfoil under the tray just because I saw them rising very quickly, but I think we're under control here. So they do get a nice dome to them, so that is good. And I'm getting ready to throw some burgers on the grill. I've never used prime rib beef patties before, so this will be a first. And I just sliced up some tomatoes and onions and sweet banana peppers and lettuce from the garden. And I hear more thunder, my goodness. My son stays with us. He's gonna be here for 12 weeks on and off in between classes. So he's actually going to school to become a dog trainer. So he's gonna be here soon and we're gonna have burgers and chips and other stuff. I added some pickles to the onion, tomatoes, banana peppers, and garden lettuce. And check out the cheddar cheese muffins. They look good. I might actually try one right now. Well, I need to modify this recipe if I make it again. They were a bit bland and had no chive flavor. Taste like dust and kinda dry. May have been said during Ben's taste test. I wonder what he really thinks. I'm sitting on the porch right now and I thought I would share the fabric I finally selected for the porch cushions which is nothing that I shared earlier on Instagram and possibly here on my channel. I ended up going with something plain because I know me, I love to bring patterns in with things I can change up, like pillows. And some of the items I was selecting, I just thought it would limit me. So I did go with this fabric. Actually, I have to call and make sure it's still available, from Revolution. And this is washable and very hardy. And the fact that we're here by a screen window, even if I move these chairs, this is going to be fantastic. So I'm going with this. It has a little bit of a green undertone, which I like. It has that nice, but it's still a rich color. What do they call this? So there's still a little bit of green. And I have the back cushions out yesterday. The woman who's making all the covers for our cushions, and including the bench seat in the kitchen, I pulled these out. She took some back to her studio. These back cushions were probably 70s or 80s, done by my mother-in-law. And then the seat cushions had the same fabric, but I pulled them off. We're going to try to use the same seat cushions. These are probably original. And we discussed that the quality of those are way better than foam. So she's going to take a look at what they're like inside, which is most likely probably horsehair or something in there. They're super, super heavy. And then we're going to reuse the cushions for the back because they already have a curve from being used so much. But once again, they're going to be used in this. We're going to do a self-welt. And then I can do seasonal cushions here for Christmas and Halloween and 4th of July. And I think it will be just a lot better for me, for what I'm trying to accomplish here. As a follow-up to last week's video, when I ordered some utensils on replacement.com and told you that I was going to start a collection and start searching, well, first of all, this is what came in from replacements.com. And one thing I did appreciate is they're all individually wrapped, they're all clean, and I'm going to wash them again, but they are all set to put in the drawer pretty much. Now, a kindred spirit, what a sweetheart, actually did a search for me as well and found online a full set that was being sold, or pretty much full set. So they told me they found it on eBay. I went over and I ended up buying it. This set, I forget, it was like $36 or $38 for all of this versus $130 maybe for these few. Difference is clean, ready to go and polished. These I still have to clean, but that's okay. I now have quite a bit of what I was looking for. I haven't even pulled these out yet. One thing I'm noticing is look how tiny though these teaspoons are. Teeny tiny. Reminds me almost of my child-sized spoon. But I love this set so much. It's going to be great putting them in the drawer. So right now I'm going to take these out and I'm going to clean them. I'm going to put them in a container, aluminum foil under it, sprinkle them with some baking soda, and then I'm going to put vinegar on them. And once that bubbles, I'm then going to pour in some boiling water and it will keep cleaning. Now with stainless steel, I'm more so trying to get rid of water spots, some staining, and just giving it a good clean. If you did this with sterling silver, the tarnish will actually adhere to the tin foil. Okay, here they are in the drawer, and I'm going to show you this now because it's nice and neat. It won't be like this. As a joke, Ben already came in and turned some forks and spoons the other way. But anyways, I am so pleased at how they came out, but I am going to keep my eye out for the older version of the DJ because one difference that I forgot to show was the one fork that started it all is a little bit bigger than the small forks, and it's a little smaller than the very large dinner forks. So I'm going to be on the hunt for that. And while cleaning out the utensil drawer, I was shocked to find that I already had 2 other pieces of DJ that I must have got thrifting. So this set coming together was meant to be. I'm going to head out to the garden. I have lettuce that is bolting. So when I said not to cut the crown, it is time because it's getting too high. I'm going to most likely plant some more. Let me see here. What am I going to do with my gloves? I'll put my gloves there because I don't need them to do that. I'm just going to grab a little cutting tool. I've been keep them here in the basket. And I'm going to grab this larger basket. We're going to go outside and do that. Bolting happens naturally when both summer days and nights are warm and happens with several vegetables nearing the end of their cycle. The lettuce can get a bit bitter after it's bolted. I read that flowers will appear after bolting and is great for pollinators, but I've never let one go that long. Maybe I should leave one. It was a hot one today. I did some gardening. I got some things planted, but like I said, I'm not good with the heat. And left the wheelbarrow right there, I can see. And I have one strawberry I'm so proud of. I'm going to actually cut that. But check out the lettuce. I've been cutting from the bottom. It is bolted. It is time to cut it back. And I'm going to do one tonight. I'm going to make some big salads for the next few nights and use this up. And then I'll pick up some more lettuce and replant it. Okay, so for tonight, I'm going to wash this up and make a lovely salad. And then tomorrow night, I will go after the next one and so on. I think while I'm here, I'm also going to cut the oregano because I don't want it to flower. I'm going to cut it down and then I'll put it together to hang in the butler's pantry for now. And I think I'm going to bring in, let's see, I'm either going to bring in a strawberry mint or orange mint tonight for a little cocktail. I'm not sure which yet. Might even add a little touch of rosemary to that. But I want to show you a pride and joy. You're going to laugh because I think this is so special. I've got a beauty in here. Check this out. Ta-da! Look how pretty that is. I know. For some of you, you have thousands of wonderful strawberries, or you might have hundreds of strawberries. I didn't get this last year. They were tiny and they did not do well. So finally, I have a lot of strawberries that are going to be popping up here, and I'm so happy. They're doing well. I've been leaving the top open, other than I'm afraid of some chipmunks. This was at the advice of a subscriber last year, a kindred spirit, that suggested I kept it open so that bees could pollinate the flowers. Now, I was thinking they could go through, but why would they if they could, it's a lot easier to do this. So I am going to bring this strawberry in because I don't want to lose it to a critter. And I am going to shut this at night. But like I said, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose them during the day. But I have a lot of little strawberries growing here. So I have 3 different varieties right now in this box. The Hanoi for the June-bearing strawberry. And then I have, I think this is Everbearing over here. Or Eversweet, Everbearing strawberry. And then this was 3 potted strawberries that I could have left in the pots. It didn't say the type. It just said potted strawberries. So I don't care. I do know they have pink flowers versus the white here. So that makes me happy. I'm going to get my clippers, get that strawberry. I'm going to go down quite a ways on these. Herbs love to be cut. Don't worry about it. It smells so good just trimming them. Sun went right behind a cloud. But I don't mind. Like I said, I've been very hot today. I kind of hibernate when it's hot. Just keep these nice and low. That makes me happy. I wanted to share the tension rod that I hung in the butler's pantry for herbs. I talked about this in last week's video that I was going to get some and paint them. Well, unfortunately, this whole week I've actually been home. I wasn't able to get out to buy the tension rods, and I was lucky enough to find this tension rod in one of the windows in the house. This window is very small, so the ones that I had in storage didn't work. But I'm going to pick up some S-hooks, and then I'll be able to cut more herbs, and I will put them back in the window. Here's a quick peek at the dresses I bought on Amazon. This is literally minutes after I opened the packages. Now, I'm 5'1", I'm wearing a medium, but I could have gotten away with the small. I went with the medium because I've been going through some weight fluctuations due to medications. I'm on the trek back downward, but I figured a medium would be safe, and I am glad I bought that size for now. This dress is a pullover style or pull up. It's very stretchy, very comfortable, and you can wear it on or off the shoulders. It doesn't fall down the shoulders like some of the dresses I've worn in the past. I really liked them. Finally, I'm out and about. Ben took me on a Saturday drive to play golf. If this was your first visit, I hope you visit again next week. Bye now. Thank you for joining me for yet another week. I really enjoy our time together.